Moonwalkers is a black comedy directed by Antoine Bardou-Jacquet and starring Rupert, Grint and Perlman. This movie has a really complex plot, so I'll just read what IMDb has to say. After failing to locate the legendary Stanley Kubrick, an unstable CIA agent must instead team up with a seedy rock band manager to develop the biggest con of all time, staging the moon landing. The best way to describe this movie is it's a love child between a Paul Thomas Anderson movie and a really weird Quentin Tarantino knockoff. It's a weird movie. It's certainly entertaining for the most part, but there are many problems with it. Mainly it's the story. It's pretty convoluted. There are a couple of side stories. For example, the character of Ron Perlman, the CIA agent, he has some PTSD from the Vietnam War. Rupert Grint has this band of really stupid-ass characters. You don't really care about them for the most part of the story. And it was weird. I was weirdly liking and disliking the movie at the same time, because the story is absurd. It's not one of those JFK-like movies about the conspiracy theories. It's a very self-aware movie. It's aware that it's doing this dumbass plot, and it does have some satirical elements about the US government or the hippie culture back in England in the 60s and 70s, and those are pretty fun elements, and there are some genuinely funny moments. But then the movie also has some acts of extreme violence. For example, a guy's head gets completely blown off with a shotgun. And we're like, what the fuck is happening? The violence is really stylized in the movie, and they actually did enjoy it pretty much. But sometimes it didn't really go all that well with the tone, and it was a little extreme. Plus, the special effects aren't all that fantastic in the movie. It does look very cheap and very independent, but not in a very good way, unfortunately. The music and the sound effects are really good. There are a couple of tracks, a couple of songs that I really enjoy. And the acting was probably the strongest point of the movie in my opinion, because Ron Perlman and Rupert Grint are the best part of it, easily, especially Perlman, who always gives an excellent performance in every single movie he's in. And here it's no different. It's probably actually one of his better movies in quite a long time. And it was just really fun to watch. This guy who is pretty unstable, who just can snap matters of seconds. He can just start bashing your head into a sink if he wants to. He was probably the most interesting character. Rupert Grint is kind of this really down on his luck character. He's going bankrupt, he's this weird stoner friend. And then there are other weird and quirky characters when they go to this weird filmmaker mansion who looks more like a porn house rather than an actual filmmaking house. It was a pretty weird sequence. There is a lot of drug usage, so if you like drugs, you have plenty of weird, trippy scenes in this movie. And yeah, I didn't really like the ending. The ending was a bit shallow in my opinion. It does leave that question of what did really happen. Overall, I do think that it's a really enjoyable movie to just sit back and watch when you have nothing else to do. If you like the actors, you have to watch this movie because they're really damn good in it. If you like the concept, if you like the story, be aware that it's not all that funny of a movie. It's really damn violent. There's also graphic nudity and drug use, so if you don't like those, avoid this movie. But me myself, I was actually enjoying myself for the most part, even though there are a couple of scenes, a couple of things that happened that I really did not like. But overall, it's worth a rental in my opinion. So guys, have you seen Moonwalkers? Are you looking forward to it? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.